You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Programme of Economic Projects in Bedouin Environments introduces investment opportunities in the Niyaba of Hamra al-Daro in the Wilaya of Ibri. The cultural seminar reviews scientific contributions of Sheikh Abi Zakaria bin Said and his cultural and religious role in the 5th Hijra century. And evacuation is suspended in Aleppo, and Moscow talks about a ceasefire agreement throughout Syria. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said has sent a cable of greetings to His Majesty King Jigme Kesar Namgyel Wangchuk of Bhutan on his country's National Day. The Ministry of Transport and Communications signed financing agreement with Oman Liquefied Natural Gas (OLNG) for the development projects in the villages of the Wilaya of Sur. The projects include around 20 sites in the villages of Tiwi and Wadi Bani Jaber for constructing concrete structures for the mountainous roads and its maintenance. The agreement was signed from the ministry side by His Excellency Engineer Salem bin Mohammed Al Nuaimi, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Transport and Communications for Transport, while from OLNG it was signed by Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah, Chief Executive Officer of the Development Institute of OLNG. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry branch in the Governorate of Dhahra organized a program entitled Economic Projects in the Bedouin Environment. The program aims at acquainting citizens with investment opportunities in the Governorate. It as well introduced a group of service and tourism projects that can be implemented by the private sector in the Niyaba of Hamra al-Daro in the Wilaya of Ibri. Such projects include convenience stations, hotels, restaurants and traditional souks. The program as well highlighted entrepreneurship field and its role in improving facilities in the Niyaba of Hamra al-Daro. A literary forum organized a cultural seminar on reading the thoughts of the Omani scholar Sheikh Abi Zakaria Yahya bin Said. The two-day seminar, which was organized in the premises of Nizwa Cultural Center, shed light on the role of the Omani scholar in developing the judiciary system in the Sultanate in the 5th century of Hijra. It as well highlighted the works of the Omani scholars like judicial correspondences, which included judiciary principles. The seminar also included a number of work papers that dwelt on the biography of the Omani scholar Abi Zakaria and his civilizational and political role in addition to his contributions in the judiciary field. The work papers shed light on the economic and political situations during the living times of the scholar. The Kingdom of Bahrain today celebrates its 45th National Day. Within the achievements accomplished in all fields under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, the Kingdom of Bahrain under the leadership of King Hamad witnessed achievements in the socio-economic fields. The Sultanate and the Kingdom of Bahrain have strong relations dating back to Majan and Dilman civilizations. The Omani and Bahraini Joint Committee was established to strengthen the continuity of the good relations binding the two countries, in addition to enhancing investment opportunities between them. This was achieved by establishing the Omani Bahraini Investment Company, which focuses on food security, financing, insurance and other economic fields. University of Sahar celebrated the graduation of 1,298 male and female graduates of the 15th batch of diploma, bachelor and master's degree holders from various specializations. After acquiring the knowledge and skills, the fresh graduates are considered a new addition to the labor market. The graduation ceremony included graduate speeches who expressed their happiness for graduation after hard work and efforts they exerted during the years of study. The graduation ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Al-Buluchi, Minister responsible for Finance Affairs. At the end, the chief guest presented certificates to the graduates. Still to come in our news bulletin. China's military has carried out its first ever live-fire drills using an aircraft carrier and fighters in the northeastern Bohai Sea, close to Korea. news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The evacuation of civilians and rebels from eastern Aleppo was suspended today in the wake of explosions at the Ramuseh crossing point, shortly before vehicles packed with people were seen drawing up to a line of parked green buses which were to be used in the evacuation. Buses which were meant to transport another group of civilians from eastern neighborhoods in the city departed the scene, and UN vehicles were also moved. Russia announced today it was negotiating with Syrian opposition and seeking a nationwide ceasefire as the evacuation of civilians and fighters from the last rebel-held parts of Aleppo entered a second day. President Vladimir Putin's intervention came as Russian drones and troops supervised the evacuation deal following a Western outcry over the Syrian army's operation to recapture the city. Thousands of traumatized civilians boarded buses and ambulances in freezing temperatures as the operation continued through the night. Putin said the next step will be to reach an agreement on a complete ceasefire across all of Syria. China's military has carried out its first ever live fire drills using an aircraft carrier and fighters in the northeastern Bohai Sea close to Korea. Chinese state media said today 10 vessels and 10 aircrafts engaged in air-to-air, air-to-sea and sea-to-air combat drills that featured guided missiles. It said this is the first time that Chinese aircraft carrier squadron since its establishment has carried out comprehensive drills with live ammunition and real troops. China's Soviet-built Liaoning aircraft carrier and a formation of warships carried out aerial interception, anti-aircraft and anti-missile drills in which fighter jets carrying live missiles also participated. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the northern governorates. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be northeasterly to northerly light to moderate, occasionally active. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Programme of Economic Projects in Bedouin Environment introduces investment opportunities in the Niyaba of Hamra al-Jarou in the Wilaya of Ibri. The Cultural Seminar reviews scientific contributions of Sheikh Abi Zakaria bin Said and his cultural and religious role in the 5th Hijra century. And evacuation is suspended in Aleppo, and Moscow talks about a ceasefire agreement throughout Syria. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.